Assalamualaikum and hi. My name is Nurul Anis binti Abdul Rashid. Matrix number A20HP0213.
My name is Nur Izzati binti Sakri. Matrix number A20HP0188.
I am Fatin Oin binti Kamarudin and my matric number is A20HP0044.
My name is Mas Izzulandiha binti Mama Haizat, A20HP0069.
The COVID-19 crisis has forced education system worldwide to find alternatives to face-to-face instruction. As a result, online teaching and learning have been used by teacher and student on unprecedented scale. Since lockdown, either massive or localized, it may be needed again in the future to respond to new wave of the infection until a vaccine becomes available. It is of maximum importance for government to identify which policies can maximize the effectiveness of online learning. This policy brief examines the role of students' attitude towards learning in maximizing the potential of online schooling when regular face-to-face instruction cannot take place. Since parents and teachers play a fundamental role in supporting students to develop these crucial attitudes, particularly in the current situation, targeted policy intervention should be designed with the aim of reducing the burden on parents and help teachers and schools make the most of digital learning. As we already knew, pandemic disrupted the world academic norm when students didn't have to go to physical class anymore. All classes were held virtual and students could attend their classes remotely. Hence, not all students can cope with the drastic changes that they were forced to adapt with. This could interfere the students' learning development as the students need to focus hard on themselves to stay focused in class and to complete the tasks given by teachers. Distance, skills, and personalized teaching and learning are the three biggest challenges for online teaching. So parents should be responsible for their children's learning development during remote learning because they are the one who needs to offer the support, make the effort, and provide the attention to their children. Next, I will explain about parents should be responsible for their children's learning development during remote learning because they are the ones who needs to offer support. First is about the parental role in education. Parents are acknowledged as their children's first teachers from the time of their birth, and as they raise their children into adulthood, one of their common responsibilities is educating, guiding, and nurturing them to grow into capable members of their communities. When their children enter formal schooling, most parents delegate a significant portion of their children's official education to the school. Parents play a bigger role in formal education, making sure that kids have access to education and learning is essential unless the parents have taken full control of homeschooling their children. Parents have taken a more supporting role since the outbreaks, encouraging their children to complete coursework and home tasks. Next is, parents should supporting their children's learning needs. Supporting your kids' specific learning requirement will make the online learning more effective and experience more enjoyable. Parents can help by establishing a routine and encouraging healthy homework habits, limiting screen time, and assisting in the establishment of an environment and area conducive to online learning. Also encouraging their children to set their future goals. The conclusion of this point is offering academic support to children from their parents, such as homework aid, will help them to build a daily learning pattern. Parents should reinforce this mentally by praising, lauding, and awarding their children for how effectively they complete their project. Using this educational and parenting practice while raising children is one of the most well-known instances of a positive overall approach to the educative and formational function with children who grow up to be a successful adult.
Thank you to Nurul Anis. Next, I will explain about parents should be responsible for their children's learning development during remote learning because they are the ones who need to make the effort. First of all, provide a good place for their children. Provide a physical space dedicated to educational activities. The place must be peaceful, devoid of distraction and connect to the internet, but make sure and adapt monitor online learning, keep door open, and practice a good digital safety. To minimize distraction, siblings may need to work in separate rooms. Parents' principal role in the family is to train to take care of their children, and their children's focus is to study harder and more completely. Second, establish time for quiet and reflection. One day per week is set out for self-directed and low-stress learning. We all need some space to let off steam if we live and work at home. Moving both alone and as a family is essential for health, well-being, and school preparedness. Give children time to do their hobbies or try new things after they finish their work, such as setting out one specific hours each day to balance their downtime and screen time. Because distance learning does not mean staring at computer screen 7.5 hours every day. Encourage children to set goals for their future, make plans, and manage time, effort, and emotional. Help your children maintain contact with friends through social media or face-to-face meeting. But monitor your children's social use. Remind your child to be polite, respectful, and appropriate in their communication and follow school guidelines. In a nutshell, parents play an important role in their children's educational development. Children can use bringing out strategies to make their parents admire and reward them, resulting in greater reciprocal communication between parents and children. Parents can help to manage stress and make the most unusual situation with spending time together, discovering new ideas and interests, investing energy and attention in activities that often get pushed aside by everyday tasks and responsibilities.
Thank you to Ms. Izzati. I would like to explain about parents should be responsible for their children's learning development during remote learning because they are the ones who need to provide the attention to their children. This can be done by checking in the kids regularly. Checking in your children allows them to process instruction from their teachers and assist them in organizing themselves and setting priorities. Some students struggle with too much independence or lack of structure in online learning. These check-in routines can help you avoid problems and disappointments later on. Meanwhile, encourage kids to ask their parents any questions and share problems. Parents should be patient and empathetic as they observe their child's response to stress. Begin by supporting the child to discuss the issue with their parents. Try not to minimize or avoid their concerns. Be sure to acknowledge their feelings and assure them that it's natural to feel scared about these things. Demonstrate that you are listening by giving them your full attention and make sure they understand that they can talk to you and their teachers whenever they like. Furthermore, be flexible with your schedule for your kids. Some classes may require additional time to complete an assignment. Try setting aside some time to work on it. Try working with your children on more challenging tasks during the times of the day when they are most alert and engaged. Encourage your child to continue working on the things that come more easily when you are not readily available. It's helpful to share with the teacher what works best for you and your child. Additionally, try to create a schedule that includes educational programming that is age appropriate. This can be done through the use of various media such as television, the radio, and online. Also, playtime and reading time can be considered. Give your kids the chance to learn through regular activities. Also, remember to create these plans together whenever you can. In essence, parents have a direct impact on their children's education, especially in an online learning environment. Therefore, Coaching and reinforcement of values during difficult times when parents go through new norms can empower students and ensure beneficial effects. That's all from me. Thank you for listening. I will pass this presentation to Miss Mas Ezrin to explain about her point and conclusion.
Thank you, Fatin Nur Ain. It is true that parents are the one who are responsible for student development during remote learning. But on the other hand, in situations like this, it is apart from the fact that only parents that are responsible for student learning development. In fact, the teachers must be counted in when we're talking about students' learning development. The role of teacher becomes increasingly important in ensuring that students remain interested and motivated in learning. It is more likely that it is the teacher's responsibility to make sure the students are on track by evaluating them in class through the responses and assessment that are submitted. During remote learning, most of the time, students will be monitored by their parents. Even though the teachers are responsible for teaching, parents are in control to ensure the student always pay attention in class. Students look at their parents as their biggest supporter and also the one who always be attentive to them. Moreover, parents must keep track of their children's needs and what they must carry out during remote learning. Parents must keep in touch with the teachers to be notified about the task given and the platform that was used. Even in normal conditions, maintaining a close relationship with your child teacher is one of the most critical things you can do to promote your child's academic achievement and healthy growth. It is undeniable that teachers play a part in students' learning development, especially during remote learning. But most of the time, students didn't always commit throughout the lesson period. Moreover, there are some students that easily get distracted while in class. That is where the parents need to take part and prevent it from happening. As for the conclusion, by considering all the facts listed, student learning development are the main aspect during remote learning. As the student will attend classes at home, parents are the ones that are closest to them. Parents are the ones who have to prepare for the students, as well as focus on monitoring and keep them on track with the lesson and the task given. So, it is very important for the parents to be very attentive to their children's needs and try their best to provide them conducive learning space and apparatus for them to face their remote learning with full readiness. Next, as stated before, there are a few circumstances that need to be taken into account when it comes to the students' learning development. To make sure the students' learning development grows, parents need to cooperate and work as a team to provide the best for the students. This way will help in enhancing the students' learning development without making the students feel much of a burden. This way, the students' learning development will blossom and it will make children feel like they are loved and cared for. This will boost the students' confidence and effort to do better in studying, especially during remote learning. With all that said, we have come to the end of our presentation video. That's all from us. Thank you.